these sounds contain frequencies that are deeply healing for the beings who live in the ocean and also for Mother Earth and for you humans.
Hello, I'm Katy Samwell. I am a sound healer, composer, recording artist, and musician.
And I'm Kathy Van Gilder. I am an animal communicator and a messenger for the animal kingdom. And we together, Katy and I, created the Sacred Synergy Experience. And the Sacred Synergy Experience combines profound healing messages from the animals and transcending sound.
And will you tell us a little bit about those messages from the animals?
Yeah, the messages from the animals, they came through in four different animal kingdoms, wanted to bring their messages through. And so we have the dolphins and whales, the birds, the horses, and the domestic pets. And you might be wondering, well, why would you combine music and animal messages and what does that even have to do with my own animals that I have? And what's really wonderful to remember is that our pets and all animals have this amazing healing quality about them. And they are true healers and they live in unconditional love energy, which is basically, we can think of it as heart energy, the energy of compassion, pure love, accepting, joy, all of that energy. And they're always emanating out that energy. So even the animals in your home, your own pets are doing that for you. They're helping raise the frequency, the energy so that it feels better in your house. They're always cleaning it up. The animals in your backyard do the same thing. They really help with the energy around you and the outdoors. And so all animals are healers and they just do this naturally. In addition, they are very evolved souls. Your pets are evolved souls. The animals in your backyard are evolved souls. So, animals are what we love to call, or at least Katy and I love to call, true healers. So, they give us really amazing messages of profound wisdom. So, because they're such evolved souls, they understand things at a much deeper level and from a higher frequency than a lot of human beings. So they have wisdom to share with us around next steps in our lives or helping us to see about limiting beliefs or just beautiful, encouraging words for us. So they love to bring that energy through, and they're really trying to help the human beings at this always, but especially at this time on Earth because we have a lot of change going on the Earth. And so they're trying to really support us to help us move forward. So many of you may be wondering, well, how does sound and the animals fit together? So Katy, I know, has lots of wisdom around this. So Katy, how does the sound accompany or work with the animals and their messages?
So the sound is a translation, I guess, of that animal's messages in music. So I listened to the messages that Kathy brought through, and then I thought about how would they sound as music. So um, each message is very different, but still with a beautiful high vibration. So, for example, the message that came through from the horses was very much about freedom. So I really wanted to create that in the sound. So I used a horse power drum, and the voice that came through was pretty powerful. So it was very much about, and this particular drum is very good at moving stuck, especially old past life, just stuck memories and things that we've buried down, things that stop us moving forward, things that stop us going into our full power and freedom. So this drum is really good at getting rid of that stuff. So it enables us to bring in our new powerful energy and feel free, helps feel free. So it's each each piece has the sound is a representation of the animal's message, but it's also a channel of their energy. So the energy that I felt was very different with each one. For example, the birds were very much, it's more of a kind of a floaty energy, and they were talking a lot about um, your voice, expressing your voice and listening to their voices and their sound. So in the piece that I created there's lots of the bird sound in there with chimes, just these more sort of ethereal that give you a more sort of bird-like flying sensation, but also there's more space in that for you to hear the bird song, but also to express your own voice. So with each piece, I brought through the energy of the message as well as the sound of the message. So the sound helps you connect to the animal's vibration. So it's a way of getting into that vibration if maybe you can't get it from the words. So it works as a beautiful accompaniment. And the instruments that I use, the crystal bows specifically, crystal is alive. So they very much have this frequency and energy of being alive with these messages to bring to humanity. And it's like they, how I see it is they gently sit and hold these powerful messages that the animals are bringing through. The bowls are at fourth. Well, all the music is at the frequency of 432, which is the our natural frequency, the frequency of Mother Earth, the frequency of that heart center. So yeah, they just that when you hear the animals' messages and feel that vibration, it just it's just they're the perfect synergy. The vibrations are the perfect synergy together of the sound and the animals. So that's why I love this so much.
Yeah, and me too. And I find it so amazing because you were just talking about the frequency of, the sound and how it matches, as I was talking about the animals early and how they live in heart energy. So it's one and the same, and they work so well together. And the animals, as I was saying before, they really want to help us feel safer, more secure, um, just comforted, and just help us to hold that frequency, just like you were saying, Katie. And so the combination of the two together really are powerful. And yeah, it's quite the experience.
And I will just say one of the things that I love and really helps me is I listen to the sound. If I can't get out in nature, I can put those pieces of music on because they have the animal sounds in them, and so it can transport me right into nature, which is so healing for us, right?
That is such an amazing idea, and I love that so much because we can't always get out in nature. We can have plants around us and, our animals maybe that live with us, but being out in nature has a little more potency to it. It can because there's so much around. So, yeah, just listening to these messages and hearing the sound and the sounds of the birds and the horses and all of that. Yeah, it puts you right out in nature where, if you're out in nature, think about what happens if you're really paying attention to your body. You are more one with your body. You become more harmonious with who you really are. You can feel your own self more, and you go into your power more greatly rather than putting all of your energy out. You sort of come into yourself, which is such a beautiful thing. And then that helps you hold that frequency so much better and hold the calm and hold the peace and hold the joy, whatever you're experiencing in that loving frequency. And it can also help you to feel more connected to source, because so many people talk about being out in nature, that that's their their way of feeling connected to a higher power. And so it helps with so many different things.
Yes, completely. And repeated listening will keep infusing that energy in. So the more you listen to it, the deeper it goes, and so you just get this continual frequency shift while you're listening, which is another amazing benefit.
Yeah, it really is. And with that frequency shift comes more energy. We feel we just naturally have more energy when we're living in a higher frequency, and the animal's frequency, and that heart energy, and the in Mother Earth's frequency.
And then that goes out to everybody around us and helps with the rest of the world and with the planet, and yeah, it's just multiplies.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. So not only are you helping yourself, but you're helping all of humanity. And at a time when often we feel powerless, what an amazing thing to be able to do.
The Sacred Synergy Experience is available now on both our websites. Mine is katiesamwell.com.
And mine is kathyvangilder.com. And we also have a link below. But there is a transformation taking place with humans, and it's taking place with horses at the same time. A new awakening. You may not see it yet, but it's coming. An awakening of allowing more freedom, more will, more heart's will, more will of the heart. And we are trying to show you this.